Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Michael Ward from GMS Lake Charles Camp, coming to you with another video through the Spirit. But before I do anything, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who strive and taught us this truth. And blessings to you brothers across the four winds, pushing this truth and sincerity. All right, the title of this video is going to be called, You Have to Stay Strong When It Gets Tough. And this is about to get tough out here, E is about to make it very hard, for the men of the Lord. Because, and how is it going to be hard for the men of the Lord? Because the shit that he's trying to do, the shit that he's trying to push, and the Lord is against it. And so are we, So he's going to come down on the men of the Lord even harder, He's going to be seeking the prophets, man, because we was speaking about these things, before he actually, got a chance to do them, So he's going to be seeking the life of the prophets, man. But we have to be strong, We can't be weak, This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil should cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life. Right, man. So when it talks about, you should have tribulation 10 days, it's not actually talking about, you being in there for 10 days. Ain't no telling how long you're going to be in there, But this E is going to, get to putting brothers in a concentration camps, torturing brothers, so on and so forth, man. Just look at the prophets of old. Look at what they was doing to them. And look at how strong them brothers was, man. Likewise with us today. We have to be strong. We can't be weak. No matter what we're faced with. We have to continue to move forward. Continue to put one foot before another. If they throw us in these concentration camps, what the scriptures say? Take no thought on what ye should say, man. The Lord is with us. We have to know these things, though, man. The Lord is going to be with us every step of the way. And we have our own personal angels, to strengthen us. And they're going to be strengthening us even more in these upcoming times. So right now, we have to be doing the things that pleases Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. We have to be studying even more, strengthening our spirit, asking the Lord for endurance for the upcoming times that we're going to be faced with, man. Asking him to strengthen us. That way, we be ready, because these are not going to be no light battles, no light trials that we're faced with. But the Lord is always going to make a way. This is Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 10. It say, Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 10. It say, Fear thou not, for I am with thee. So the Lord is going to be with us. These battles that we're going to be faced with, we're not fighting them alone. We're not fighting these battles alone. You must know these things. It say, Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, will I help thee. So the Lord is going to strengthen us. He's going to help us in these upcoming situations, man. It says, I will uphold thee with the right hand of righteousness. Right, man. When it look like there is no way out, the Lord is going to make a way. When you feeling weak, the Lord is going to give you the strength that you need. But you have to know these things, and our strength comes from these scriptures, man. So when we put in these certain situations, we have to overcome the evil with the good. What's the good? These scriptures, as we going through these things, replay these scriptures back in our head. Okay, the Lord said this. The Lord said he was going to do this. The Lord said he was going to do that, but you can't do that, if you're not studying. You can't do that if you're not reading. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. We have to be working now. If you're not working now in these upcoming times, it's going to be easy for you to get overthrown. They put you in put you in these jailhouses, man, and you just, I was never believing in that. I was never in this. I was never in that. You know, Jay get to talking just to get himself out of jail, not knowing that you putting yourself in a deeper situation. You know, or Jay go a few days without eating, you know, and then now he feel like the Lord is not dealing with him, man. No, man. The scriptures say, my servant should eat, but ye should be hungry. My servant should drink, but ye should be thirsty. Yes, you might go a few days without eating. You know, that's why we fast now, you know, for these upcoming times, man. You're not going to eat every day, but the Lord is going to provide. This is James chapter 1 and verse 12. It say, blessed is the man that endure temptation. Enduring these different trials, whatever he's faced with. It say, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord promised to them that loved him. Right, man. The Lord promised us, man. But you have to endure these trials, man. You have to get through these certain trials in order to get that crown of life. And that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for this crown of life. You know, we're getting closer and closer, you know, to reaching that crown. So why get to the end and give up? That's not the time to be giving up. That is the time to be digging deep. You know, you almost there. When E come down, you know, with that great wrath, that's when we know we're there. You know, we're closer than ever. Don't give up. You know, keep going. Be strong. Don't be weak. You know, yes, the shit gonna be scary. Yes, shit is gonna get bad out here. It's gonna get scary out here. But the Lord is gonna be with us. You know, the Lord is gonna be providing. The Lord is gonna be protecting us. You're gonna have the angels in the midst protecting us. But if you're weak, you're not gonna know these things. Be strong. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. We have to be strong, brothers. You know, because we're getting closer and closer and closer for that everlasting joy. You know, what we've been waiting on, what we've been fighting for so long. You know, we've been fighting for so long. There's no reason we should get to the end and give up, because it's going to be all that work we did for nothing. You know, the scripture says, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his works. If you've been doing the works, you have a good reward laid up for you. You know, so why give up? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 13. It say, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believed not, therefore should he not be defended. Right, man. You know, you're going to have some people get faint-hearted in that time, man. Oh, man, the Lord is not dealing with me, man. The Lord is not this, the Lord is not that. And end up going back, you know, and taking that Dorito chip, man. You know, because he haven't ate in, you know, 2 days, or his ass haven't ate in 24 hours, man. And he can't get through it because he haven't been fasting, you know, because he haven't been working out his salvation, you know, with that fear and that trembling, you know, because he's uncomfortable. He's giving up because he's uncomfortable. The man of the Lord knows that we're going to be in uncomfortable positions. That's when that's strong. That's when you have to be strong, man. He thinking that it's going to be, you know, a clean slate all the way through. But you know that he got that reality check. He know that this shit is not a game. That's why he's faint-hearted. We can't be like that, man. You know, we have to be strong. Verse 14, it say, woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Right, man. What would you do? Because you lost patience, man. We have to have patience. You know, we can't rush nothing. You know, we have to be patient and let the Lord show his power, because he will. You know, the ones that's losing patience, you know, they're weak. They're not strong. We have to be strong, man. We have to wait on the Lord. You know, We have to wait on the Lord, man. We are on the Lord's time. You know, the Lord is not on our time. We on his time, man. And by us being on his time, you know, we have to be strong. We have to endure whatever we're faced with, you know. So it says you have to stay strong when it gets tough. It's going to get tough. It's only going to get harder from here on out. But we have to be strong. You know, we have to, you know, continue to have our, continue to put our trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You know, because he's always going to make a way. He's going to provide for us. You know, he's coming back. You know, he's coming back to get his chosen, his elect, man. The ones that stayed down, you know, through whatever. You know, he's coming back to get us, man. But we must know these things, you know. But, you know, Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who strive and taught us this truth. And peace, blessings, and safety to you brothers across 4 winds, pushing this truth and sincerity. Until next time, Shalom.